The night was thick with rain and rumble, the kind that makes you wonder if the heavens themselves are angry. A lone biker cut through the storm, his headlight slicing the darkness like a single burning eye. His name was Jack Rains, a man who spoke little, rode hard, and carried ghosts no one could see. To anyone watching, he was just another drifter on an old Harley, chasing miles to forget something he'd never talk about. But that night, that storm, it was about to change everything. He almost didn't hear it at first. The wind drowned most sounds, the thunder masked the cries. But as he slowed near a rundown bar on the edge of town, the rusted nail, something cut through the noise. A muffled scream. A man's angry shout. The sound of something or someone hitting the ground hard. Jack parked the bike, the engine rumbling down to silence. He stood still for a second, letting the rain pelt his leather jacket. Then it came again, a woman's voice, begging, crying. Behind the bar. He moved fast. His boots splashed through puddles as he rounded the corner. The yellow light from the back door spilled across the alley, revealing a scene that made his jaw tighten. A man, burly and red-faced, pinning a woman against the wall. Her clothes were torn, her lip bleeding, her eyes wide with terror. "Hey!" Jack's voice cut through the rain like steel. The man turned, half drunk, half furious. "Walk away, biker," he spat. "Ain't your business." Jack's eyes didn't blink. "It is now." The man swung first, wild and sloppy. Jack caught his wrist, twisted, and sent him face-first into the mud. A sharp crack echoed, maybe a rib, maybe pride. The man scrambled up, cursing, but Jack's boot pinned him down again. "You lay another hand on her," Jack said, low and dangerous, "and I'll forget I'm trying to be better." The man spat blood, muttered something, and stumbled away into the night. The rain swallowed him whole. Jack turned back. The woman was trembling, clutching her arms, staring at him like he might be just another threat. "It's okay," he said softly, pulling off his jacket and wrapping it around her shoulders. "You're safe now." She nodded weakly, but her eyes told a story, one full of pain, fear, and something deeper. She tried to speak, but her voice cracked. "Thank you." "I don't," Jack said gently. "Let's get you out of here first." He led her to his bike, helped her on, and they rode off into the night. Neither spoke, the storm their only witness. She didn't know where they were going, and maybe he didn't either. But in that moment, two broken souls were riding towards something neither of them had expected: redemption. The sun broke through the clouds by morning, washing the world in gold. They stopped at a small diner off Highway 7. The woman hadn't said much. She looked tired, hollow, like she'd forgotten how to breathe without fear. Jack didn't push. He just ordered coffee for two and let the silence sit between them. Finally, she spoke. "My name's Emily." Her voice was small, but steady. "Jack," he said. She nodded. "You didn't have to do what you did last night. Most people would have just driven by." Jack stared into his coffee. "Most people don't sleep well after they drive by." That made her look up, really look at him. There was something in his eyes she recognized: pain. Not the kind that comes from loss, but the kind that lingers, makes you question your own worth. "I was married to him," she whispered. "He wasn't always like that. But once he started drinking, he'd change. I kept hoping he'd stop." Jack's jaw tightened. "He won't." She nodded, a tear slipping down. "I know that now." He reached into his jacket pocket and slid something across the table, a card from a shelter in the next town. They help women get a fresh start. No questions asked. She looked at it, then at him. "Why are you helping me?" Jack leaned back, eyes far away. "Because someone once helped me when I didn't deserve it. I guess it's my turn." They finished breakfast quietly. When they stepped outside, her shoulders looked a little less heavy. But before she climbed back on his bike, she turned to him. "You don't talk much, do you?" "Not unless it matters." She smiled faintly. "Then thank you for saying the things that did." They rode for miles that day, through sun and wind, along roads that cut through endless fields. For Emily, every mile felt like she was leaving her old life behind. For Jack, every mile was a reminder that maybe he wasn't as lost as he thought. By evening, they reached the shelter. It was a small building, warm lights glowing through the windows. Jack stopped the bike and killed the engine. "This is it," he said quietly. Emily looked at the door, then back at him. "Will I ever see you again?" Jack hesitated. "Maybe. Roads have a funny way of crossing again." She smiled, tears in her eyes. "If they do. I hope it's on a good day." He nodded. "It will be." She leaned forward, kissed his cheek, light as a whisper, then stepped off the bike. He watched her walk to the door, watched her knock, watched her disappear inside. For a long time, he didn't move. Then he started the engine, the rumble filling the quiet air. He looked at the shelter one last time, whispered something to himself, maybe a prayer, maybe a promise, and rode away. Weeks later, the small-town paper ran a story: "Unknown biker saves local woman from abuse, vanishes without a trace." Some said he was an ex-soldier. Some said he was an angel. But the truth was simpler: he was just a man who'd been broken, and in saving someone else, somehow started to save himself. And somewhere down another highway, with the wind in his face and the ghosts finally quiet for a while, Jack Rain smiled for the first time in years, because sometimes, you don't need to be a hero. You just need to stop when others won't, and that's what shocked everyone. The road stretched endlessly ahead, a silver ribbon beneath a sky burning orange with sunset. Jack Rains rode with no destination, the same as always, the wind his only companion, the rumble of his Harley the only sound that ever drowned the noise in his head. But something about that night felt different. Maybe it was the way Emily's voice still echoed in his mind, or the way her eyes had looked when she walked into that shelter. Hopeful. Grateful. Free. He told himself he'd done his part. Saved a stranger, moved on. That's how it always went. But deep down, he knew the truth: that woman had changed something in him. He just didn't know what. A week later, he found himself back in the same town, though he couldn't say why. Maybe fate, maybe guilt. The bar was still there, though quieter now. The man he'd beaten that night, Emily's ex, was gone. Word was, he'd left town after the humiliation. But trouble had a way of finding its way back to people like that. Jack parked the bike outside a gas station across the street. The old clerk behind the counter recognized him instantly. "You're that biker, ain't ya?" he said with a crooked grin. "The one who stopped that fella behind the bar."